WPIT Pittsburgh here tonight and across the World Wide Web on RMUcolonials.com with the head coach at Robert Morris University, Andy Toole. Andy, let's not pull any punches. It was an ugly start to this ball game here tonight.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of offensive fluidity, I guess. Guys missing shots. Guys got some good looks, I thought, on our end. And, some turnovers and some, just poor play going on in the beginning of the game. I thought our guys had great energy. Our execution wasn't very good. And, kind of once we settled down, got a couple buckets, kind of felt our way, how Bryant was guarding us and some of the things that we were doing, I thought we were able to get some good shots.
But let me not take anything away from a 20-win season. You got to that plateau tonight. Big congratulations going your way.
Yeah, I'm happy for the guys. I think, none of us realize things we do in college that are important or impressive, but I think in, 5 or 10 years and people ask them about their experience here and to say they were part of a team that won 20 games, I think it's only like the 7th time in school history that a team's won 7 or 20 games. It's something to be very proud of.
No question about that. Jim Elias, you watched this game tonight. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering, Coach, second half or even halftime, what did you talk to your team about at halftime? What approach did you take? I know they were just missing a lot of shots. And at the end of the game, what did you tell them in the locker room?
At halftime we talked about, cleaning some things up offensively. I thought we had some great opportunities, Mike and Elijah and Lawrence and even, some of our guards penetrating and getting some good shots around the rim. I thought we needed to be a little bit more patient offensively. They were doing a good job of kind of sagging with their man-to-man. And, sometimes it takes an extra reversal or extra change of the floor to get a good shot. And when we did that, we were successful. And then I talked to them defensively just about continuing to improve, continuing to stay focused, continuing to work on what we're going to need to do coming down the stretch of this season. Not allowing themselves to, have a dip in their energy level, not having a dip in their focus. And I thought they did a very good job of that in the second half of coming out with some more energy, some more purpose, and defending very well.
And I thought a big key was your offensive rebounding in the second half. You still weren't early in the second half. You weren't really knocking down shots, but you were cleaning up the glass. Very nice, especially Elijah Thompson and Mike McFadden.
Yeah, Mike got us going in that regard for sure. I think we had 11 offensive rebounds in the second half. Which is pretty good. And I think, when we have our post guys being active and getting on the glass, getting second shots, doing things, like Lawrence did tonight. I give Lawrence a lot of credit. He's struggled the last couple weeks. He's come into my office a couple times, head in hands, saying, Coach, I can't figure this out. And, we've just tried to remind him just to keep it simple, follow his role. And I thought he did a great job of that tonight.
Andy Toole is the head coach of the Robert Morris Colonials, the post-game show here on WPIT and on RMUcolonials.com on the World Wide Web. Robert Morris wins its 20th game of the campaign, 69-40 tonight over the Bryant Bulldogs. One of the things that I noticed is once the score got a little bigger, a little wider, you started going to the backups. You got some people some playing time, and you're going to need those guys to know how to play some basketball down this stretch.
Yeah, exactly right. And, we really tried to, even with the young guys, continue to coach them up on, the things that are important in having success in late February and March. And you never know what happens. You never know when a guy's going to need to go in there and play for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, give a guy a blow, foul trouble can occur. So I think it's really important for those guys to get in there and understand what it is. And it's also nice for some of the guys that play some heavier minutes to kind of be able to, maybe not have as heavy a load, knowing we have a game Saturday night. So, I think it's important all around to be able to get as many guys prepared as we possibly can.
Still, your hand was forced ever so slightly with the fact that you did not have Lucky Jones in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, obviously Luck, would love to have him, and he does so many good things for us on both ends of the floor. And he'll be back quickly. It's not something that's, very serious, but they just want to make sure that they're, taking the right precautions and doing the right stuff. So, once we get him back again, it's just another person that we can kind of get in that wheel of guys playing hard and guys making good decisions and guys playing with urgency.
All right, Jim?
No, I was just impressed. Even though Bryant's not having a great year, you hold a team to this kind of a score. You have to give some credit to your defense tonight.
Yeah, I thought we were much more active. I thought our position was really good. I think during the week this week we went back to some of just the simpler points of defense that I think you can lose over a stretch. The season gets so long and you just think to yourself, oh, these guys know this. We've done this for 100 days in a row, and then we don't do it for 10 days, and it's like they've never seen it before. So we got back to some of the basics that I think are really important with our positioning and our ability to help in the gap, and I think that created a lot of the steals tonight. When guys would go penetrate, we had bodies and we had active hands in those gaps, and we were able to kind of create some turnovers.
You mentioned Mike, 8-4 tonight. You mentioned Lawrence, 10-6 tonight. Belton Jones, 19 points this evening. I want to mention Elijah Thompson, 13 points, 7 rebounds. Good to see him back, particularly after suffering some back spasms, being unavailable to you last Saturday night.
Yeah, that's. We've talked to Elijah all year long, and his teammates have talked to him about, how important he is. He played 14 minutes tonight and has 13 and 7. He's got to have those kind of efforts more often. It might not be 13 and 7 every night, but it's got to be, 8 and 4 or 8 and 5 or whatever the case might be. But we need him. He's an important piece to us having success in March, and hopefully he's starting to realize that.
I love that. Success in March. I can't wait. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Andy Toole, the head coach of the Robert Morris Colonials. I know he hates when I talk about the distant future, and it is the distant future because we still have some February games to play, including a very tough one coming up on Saturday against Central Connecticut State.
Well, that's all Andy Toole's thinking about right now is Central Connecticut State. He's not worried about March and getting to the tournament and all that stuff. You just got to play it one game at a time in this league. It's a tough league. You got some great teams this year. The league goes through cycles. There's a lot of good teams in the Northeast Conference this year and next year. A lot of them are young, and the Colonials are one of them. But I think it's a great achievement, Chris, getting to 20 wins again. And as he said, it doesn't happen that often at Robert Morris because of the non-conference schedule that you generally have to play. But just getting to 20 wins is a fantastic achievement.
And that's what they did tonight with a 69-40 win over Bryant.